Today I want to talk about field trips and motivation. We here at VanDamme Academy have 2 field trips coming up in the next few weeks. One to the Norton Simon Museum in Pasadena and another to the Donna ONeal Land Conservancy in San Juan Capistrano. Now, preparing for these field trips got me thinking about what differentiates the field trips we take here from the field trips that I remember as a student, and specifically in regard to the issue of motivation. So field trips are a good motivation for kids, but what is the nature of the motivation? Here's what I remember from my schooling. The motivation was, get your work done, do a good job, and if you do, you get to take a break. You get to stop all that dreary, mundane, daily schoolwork and do something fun for a change. So that's one form of motivation, using the field trip as an incentive to do well so that you can stop doing well and get out of work for a while. Here, field trips do serve as an important source of motivation, but the motivation is very different. So we don't accept that premise here, that school is a burden and something to be escaped from time to time. The kids actually thoroughly enjoy the day-to-day lessons because of the quality of the curriculum. So field trips are very motivating, but the motivation is that valuable knowledge that's very satisfying to them that they gain on a daily basis from school. They can then see the value of having it as it's applied in the outside world and the world outside of the school walls. They get to go and practice their skills and apply them in different situations. So for example, the Norton Simon Museum. All of the kids here have had an art appreciation class offered by Mr. Travers. And you can learn about the art appreciation class on the YouTube series about the VanDamme Academy art curriculum. So the kids have gone through the process of looking at, carefully observing, taking note of all the details of a painting, connecting them, integrating them, and arriving at a basic theme of the work. And it's a process that they really enjoy that gives them a deep understanding of and enjoyment of visual arts. So with this museum trip, they get to go to a museum, they get to choose a work of art to go through this process with, and they get to experience it in its vibrant reality rather than just on a projection screen in the classroom. So it's always a thrill to them to apply those skills that they've learned in art class to a painting of their choosing in its glorious reality in a museum. And it's always thrilling for me to go with the kids to these museums because the reaction of the staff of the museum is always fun to observe. They just can't, they want to know, who are these kids and how have you gotten them to be so profoundly motivated by looking at art? So it's a great, thrilling thing. So similarly with the Donna ONeal Land Conservancy, kids have been learning earth science this year. So they've learned about soil, and they've learned about rocks, and they've learned about erosion and things like that. And now they're going to this place where they can make observations and have hands-on experiences with these things they've been learning in the classroom. So again, this knowledge that they've gained at school, they're getting to enjoy the possession of that knowledge in an experience that happens outside of the school walls. So that is the essential distinction between the VanDamme Academy approach to field trips and motivation and what I remember as the approach to field trips and motivation. Is the motivation, do your work, get through it, and then get a break? Or is it, do your work, enjoy it, and see and experience the power of possessing that knowledge? That's the VanDamme Academy field trip.